Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio Podcast. The Up Your Arse edition of the show, in lieu of this upcoming Monday's In Your Face episode. Chucks and Will are here. I'm Smoot. Nice to have you. If you like the show, do drop a subscribe, comment, and all that stuff. How you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Right out of the gate.
It's Saturday again.
Yeah, right out of the gate. I upgraded to Windows 10, which is still a free thing you can do, believe it or not.
Yeah, if you find the right, I was going to say the right back door, but this is an up your arse episode, so that's not the phrase that I want to use. Yeah, apparently there are still methods. It was supposed to expire about 5 years ago, wasn't it?
Just something like that,
Yeah.
How come you're only just upgrading to Windows 10? That
Well,
seems
I'll
like
tell you in just a moment here. Hold on. Are we actually... There we go. Okay, I just want to make sure... I refreshed the page a couple of times, make sure that we were indeed live. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
We're live, pal.
We're live, pal. Goddamn. One take. So one of the games I was playing had like some sort of error, which was because basically DirectX was so old and whatnot, the newer version wasn't supported on Windows 7. So in the beta, it was also the same issue. I couldn't play on the beta that was like released 2-3 weeks ago because of that issue, and they never addressed it then. And then just when the update that they were testing went live, same thing. People on Windows 7 couldn't fucking do anything about it. So, one of the solutions was just upgrade your OS to Windows 10. Like that was pretty much the recommendation. You could either do that or download something called Reshade, which manipulates the exe file to adjust some of the graphics to be more vibrant or just beautifully detailed, which can also have an unfair advantage in certain multiplayer games and whatnot, depending on the what you're doing and what the purpose is. So, and then there's also an easy anti-cheat add-on as well, and if you mess with files too much, it could like permanently ban your account. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not chancing all my hard work just to get the game to run. So I thought the lesser of two evils here was to upgrade to Windows 10, and I fucking hate it. I absolutely hate it.
It's exactly the same as Windows 7.
I mean, Windows 7, say what you will, but like at least I could just open files or just even highlight files without having to wait a moment for like what I presume is Microsoft Defender scanning to make sure it's not malware or anything like that. The start menu, this is something I bitched about on Twitter the other day, was like the start menu, if I'm looking for a certain clip to, like for instance, to post on Twitter and whatnot, or just any sort of file, if I'm like trying to move it somewhere, if I type it up in start menu, I can't drag and drop it. Like I have to either open it or open the file location and then drag and drop, which is a pain in the neck. The backgrounds, the wallpaper and whatnot, I have it on a slideshow, but they can't be the same exact image. They're both like different images, and I don't want that. And I bitched about it on Twitter, and I had a community manager from Microsoft reach out, and it was just like, hey, if you use Windows key and F, it'll contact you to the support hub, and if I do it right now live, it doesn't do shit.
I wonder what it does. Huh?
So
Windows key and F.
Yeah.
Windows, I thought it was fine.
Nothing here.
Yeah, nothing.
Windows and F.
That's not doing anything.
Yeah, here, I'll even show you here. Yeah, like I pull it up on the stream here. But yeah, that's been my week this week. is dealing with the fucking bullshit of Windows 10.
Windows 10 isn't that bad once you get around it. It's I know where you're coming from with the start menu. That it is screwed up.
Yeah.
Which is actually why I think there's an update coming quite soon, which the essentially setting it back to what it was.
Is this episode 287 or episode 37? Like Windows 10? Are we actually talking about Windows 10 like it's something that we haven't used before?
It's not something I've used before.
What the hell? Are you also having problems with your PS2? You know what stalled on me the other day? My BlackBerry. It's really hard to
fair
get
enough.
apps to run on my BlackBerry.
Fair enough.
What's going on here?
To be fair, I wish you were stuck in that time though, because wrestling was good back then.
That's true.
In 2015, I disagree.
Well,
I mean, at least we had fans, and there was some other stuff to look forward to other than John Cena winning everything. So,
yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. How, Steve Austin showed up in what, 96 in the WWE, right?
Yeah.
Top guy, I guess you could say 97. He started to be a big deal then. And he was gone by early 03. So he had maybe a 6-year career on top. If you go back 6 years from now, so you're 2014, is anything different? Punk had left by then.
soul crushing status quo.
Everything's basically the entire roster's the same.
Yeah.
That's crazy that we had the biggest stars that there have ever been, and they both, Austin and Brock, came and left in the time it's taken nothing to happen now. I don't know. Everything looks the same. Sets look the same. Commentators sound the same.
Michael Cole's
still
around.
Got Randy Orton being Randy Orton.
Yeah. John Morrison's around.
Yeah, I guess he was gone 6 years ago, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's the bow.
That's quite depressing. Thanks for that, Chuck.
Struck me as strange. I was thinking about how charismatic Steve Austin was and how no one has that now.
It's all going to change anyway, because Monday's Raw is in your face.
That's right, in your face.
I don't know if anyone's seen the trailer they put out for this, but it's great. Just for the guy going, in your face.
In your face.
In your face.
Seth Rollins and Dominic Mysterio in a steel cage match. In your face.
Smoke, you need to, obviously not right now, but when you get a minute, cut the audio out of him just saying in your face. I want that as me ringtone.
Just play that clip after every sentence. In your face.
Yeah. I'm still trying to save up for a new computer, by the way, and this is the other thing, just to get back onto the Windows 10 discussion here for a little bit. This is just pretty much
drag us back away from wrestling.
Yeah, just to practice everything about Windows 10, and whenever the day comes that I get a new computer, which knock on wood, hopefully soon, but whenever that day comes, I can navigate through all the bullshit and then eventually put maybe a I don't know. An emulator of Windows 7 on here.
Just get used to 10. It'd be fine.
That's what everybody says, and I do not accept that as a legit response. Things worked in Windows 7. I don't things are I don't know. They take a while to open up. There's all these fucking weird apps I don't want. I have to uninstall.
Yeah,
10's all right once you get used to it.
I've noticed very little difference between this and Windows 7.
I don't know.
Tell you what was the good job you didn't use Windows 8. Well, that was a mess.
Yeah, I heard it
That
was a mess.
Mostly for tablets, wasn't it?
Exactly, but they tried to put it on desktops as well.
Yeah. I had to have Windows 8.1.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But there's an update coming out for Windows 10. I'm not sure when it's coming out. I think it should be fairly soon. I think everything it got delayed because of COVID. But basically they're setting the start menu back to not quite the same as 7, but very similar. So it works in a similar way.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like I don't need web results by using the start menu.
Yeah, the whole what's the assistant Cortana?
Cortana,
That's the
Oh,
audio assistant.
I disabled her like day one.
Yeah.
I don't need her listening in.
Yeah, they've. I mean, it's not so bad now. When they first come out, and there was all kinds of updates for it, and nothing worked because obviously everything was switching over from 8 to 10, and there was quite a few programs that didn't work, and they had to wait for updates. So you're in a better position now because a lot of things work now that didn't.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
You just have to set aside a good day or two to get all of the Windows update cycles through.
Christ.
Yeah.
Install everything, scan again, find all the stuff that it needed the first lot to, it takes a while. You'll get there.
Yeah, I've postponed it, I think, till like October or whatever for right now.
That's probably why nothing works.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're still using the basement. Did you do like a fresh install? Or did you just put it on top of everything you had?
I backed up all the files, but just to play it safe, I kept all the files, which I think might have been the wrong call to make, but...
Maybe.
Do you use a third-party antivirus or firewall?
No, it's just Microsoft Defender.
Yeah. No, you don't need it. Windows 10. A lot of people think you do, but you don't.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that like a majority of the slowdowns that I'm having is because of Microsoft Defender.
It's not that intensive from what I found, actually. It's probably one of the better software out there, to be fair. It's better than like Norton or I forgot what the other ones are called now. What's the other big one? McAfee.
Yeah. I just know there's
Even
something...
John McAfee hates that thing.
I had
Norton on one of my old machines, and it absolutely killed it.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
I think I had it at one point as a while back, but Windows also had its own kind of antivirus. It was like the start of Windows having their own thing, and the two just hated each other.
Well, that's it, but the Windows one was always crap at first.
So I found it was worth just relying on that rather than having both.
But the recommendations were not to use it, really. It wasn't very good, but it's absolutely nothing wrong with it now. It's probably one of the best out there. But yeah, you'll get there with 10, I think.
I just know there's something gumming up the works, I feel, with like some programs and things like that, because I've been having some issues with some games that I've noticed. So
could be time for some new RAM. You need some dedicated WAM.
I think I need so much. Yeah.
I would hate to upgrade it because this computer's so old. It's almost like 10 years old now.
Yeah, when that could be your problem.
Yeah.
Mine's hitting that.
The solution is to spend some money.
Yeah.
I'm working on
it. Yeah, mine's. I think mine's about 8 years old. I didn't realise it was that old until recently. I was looking at something else. Yeah, no, I was looking at some of the machines we've got in work, and I thought I was okay for RAM, but I've got 8 gig. And I'm looking at some of the machines in work, I've got like 32, and I'm like,
That's just like an office computer.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody ever has to run Word and Excel, and it's got 32 gigs. IT department need to spend their budget.
I thought mine was good, but maybe not. I'm in 2 minds about whether I need to upgrade or maybe just buy a new one. Obviously, new one's going to be more expensive, but it might. If I get one now or maybe early next year, I reckon I'll get another. I've got 10 years out of this one, so maybe I'll get another 10 out of that one.
Yeah, I always have to tell myself that whenever something breaks down, and can I justify spending like 300 or whatever? Well, I've had it for 6, 7, 8 years. Maybe it'd be alright if I replace one part.
The only thing is, though, if I get a PC, I can't get one of the new consoles, or doubtful anyway. So I need to weigh up what I want more. don't know.
I think I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the first price drop at least.
I was just gonna say, to be honest, the consoles aren't enticing me at all. I don't think I'll be that bothered if it. Normally, I've got the PS4 or at least one of them, pretty much either on or around launch time.
Mm.
And I think this time, for the first time probably ever, I'm not interested. It's just not drawing me in at all.
Yeah, I agree. You can wait a while.
There's a PlayStation
Especially
event on Wednesday. Apparently, they better bring something good out.
Yeah. How long is it going to be before they release like an upgraded version, like the Xbox One?
Another one.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should just wait until that one. It'll probably be 3 years, but like it seems kind of worth it. I'm sure there's enough in this generation that I haven't played.
Yeah.
Gonna keep me going.
I've got games here. Yeah, you're right. I've got games on the PS4. I've not touched.
Yeah, I've still got a couple in the cellophane.
So, wait till WWE 2K22 comes out.
It's still
Yeah,
not.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think Battlegrounds is gonna get like.
Oh god,
Oh, Battleground. No.
Battlegrounds be lucky to sell one copy, I think.
And if I do buy one of the new consoles, is my TV going to be good enough for it to even be worth it?
No, you gotta get that 8K, man.
Got to get an 8K.
Yeah.
See, I don't. Apparently, I don't know the ins and outs of this, but apparently the human eye can't see the difference between 4K and 8K.
So that's the bottleneck. I need to get new eyes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all gotta have
right.
like robot eyes or whatever.
How much are new eyes? This always spirals out of control, these things.
There's an Apple event on Tuesday.
So you're saying it's not worth it buying one of those new, was it the
Apparently
30
not.
series graphics cards, whatever? That are like they're just huge. They're bigger than the motherboard.
Oh no, ridiculous. No, apparently not. I don't know. I mean, there must be some reason why they're making them, because must do something that the others don't. But
You
I
have
don't
to
know.
like play on a cinema screen or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but apparently, yeah, I read this a couple of months ago. Apparently, the human eye can't physically differentiate between a 4K picture and an 8K picture.
That's why I've always wondered. I'm not enough of a gamer to really know. There has to be a difference between 30 frames and 60 frames.
Yeah, I don't get
If you
that.
can only see in 24, then does it matter?
Yeah, you're a gamer, Shmoo. You should know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his PC's shit.
I'm working on trying to make it not shit, okay? I'm well aware of that.
Yeah, no, I don't get the whole frame rate situation. I mean, I bought a new monitor recently. It's got all kinds of fancy settings and frame rate this, and I don't get it. I was using the default Windows drivers for 3 weeks before I realised I could change them. And apparently the manufacturer ones are better.
Yeah, it's crazy with like people that are just like, oh, I can get over like 100 FPS in like some shooter. I'm just like, I don't know how you can see over 100 frames per second, but
exactly.
You know, more power to you, man. You do you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what's also crazy is you must have seen that clip of like one of the early seasons of Friends where Chandler gets a new laptop and he's like, check out this baby. It's got 500 megabits of RAM and
oh god, yeah.
like all the spec, which is super low, you know, it's mid-90s or whatever. And the punchline is he's asked, what are you going to use it for? And he says, oh, games and stuff, which was hilarious back then. When now games and stuff is what you need the high-end PCs for.
Yeah.
He was bragging, look how powerful this is. I could do spreadsheets and everything on this, but I'll just use it for games. Now it's like, no, that's not a joke now.
That's the future.
Apparently there's all kinds of new stuff being announced this week as well. With the say there's Apple are announcing new things on Tuesday, I think it is, and then
Is it another
Sony.
iPhone? It's probably been a year, hasn't it?
It's been longer actually. They've been
Oh.
delayed slightly. Yeah. iPhone 12 is one of the big rumor, but there'll be bound to be other things that they haven't announced or haven't thought of. And then Sony apparently have got an event on, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure. Where apparently we're going to get the PS5, price.
Any predictions on that?
Well, I was quite surprised. Did you see the Xbox pricing this week or last week?
I'm guessing about 500 for each. I mean, that seems to be like that's my surprisingly good price. Like, I'm expecting 6, but I'm going to go for 500 because I know they're going to try and sell this thing to me.
Yeah, the minis I think is like 300, and then the standard is 500, right?
$500 or
yes, US.
Okay, so we'll
US
get screwed on that.
Yeah.
Well, they're also doing but like a phone contract, like our phone contracts.
Yeah.
£25 a month. And you get pretty much the Series X free. But obviously, like a contract, so you're tied in for 2 years. But you do get the...
Said 25 a month.
Yeah. I think it was 25. Might have been 30. It was something in that region.
2 years. That's nuts.
Yeah. And you get the Game Pass free as well.
So that comes out at 600 quid.
Yeah.
With the Game Pass, actually, that's not.
It's not bad, yeah. It's almost
so bad.
Yeah.
As long as it's covered. If it breaks down in those 2 years, I want a new one.
Yeah, you're covered, yeah, because your insurance covers it. Well, as part of the contract, you get insurance. So.
Okay. That's still a hell of a lot of money, but it's they're making it reasonable somehow.
Well, I think they know that if they just start selling these things with the big, massive price tag on people, especially these days.
Yeah.
People are just going to go, no, I don't want that. I don't need it. So they're doing the monthly deals to try and get people, entice people in. So.
So how much is Game Pass on its own? Is that 15? Somewhere around there?
It's 30, yeah.
30?
Let's see, hold on.
Well, that's a good deal then.
Yeah, because someone was weighing up the price, and because if you get they've just added EA Play to the Game Pass.
Yeah, they added. Yeah, they kind of merged that together.
That's right. Yeah.
So
Game Pass Ultimate for £1 first month.
Game Pass for PC is going up to $9.99 a month beginning September 17th.
It's the same thing, I think, isn't it? The PC and the
I assume so.
Wasn't there another one that included the Xbox Gold though as well?
Oh no, there you go. So Ultimate is $10.99 a month here. PC 7 limited time price, so that would be 8, and console is 8. Yeah, okay. And I guess that means you can do both.
Yeah.
Right.
I was on the 3 months. 3 months, $32.99.
If I were to join Game Pass right now. Yeah, join now. Oh, it has like different tiers. I see. Yeah, the Ultimate is like $15 a month. PC is $4.99 a month, and consoles $9.99 a month. Here, let me show it on the stream here. Ta-da! There you go. Ta-da! But you could just join for as low as $1.
Yeah, so that's
how they lure you.
Same thing I'm getting here.
I mean, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, let's just sample all the fucking content around.
Yeah, if you've not used it before, I think I got 3 months for £1.
Yeah.
It is worth doing just to get that for a bit. Yeah, they're calling it Xbox All Access, the monthly deal. I'm just getting the details up here.
If Game Pass is £11, and they're doing that for 25, I'm coming around on the idea.
And they're giving, I think I read somewhere you can get so much off if you trade in an Xbox One as well.
That's another thing. I've got so many old consoles I need to get rid of. And I don't know, who at this point is going to buy a PS1?
Well, exactly.
Hey, you never know.
I guess you never know.
Did you see that? There's
I have
a
a
video.
Sega Saturn under my bed now. Decent amount of games with it too.
I saw a video on YouTube. Some guy went to, I think it was a GameStop over there.
Yeah.
And he went in and bought every console, every second-hand console it had apart from the current gen. And he came to like $300. So it was nothing really. I mean, when they got them all back to their office, hardly anything worked.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't even know if my TV now can handle the inputs from some of the older ones. Do TVs now have SCART input?
I don't think
Some
they
of
do,
them
no.
even predate that.
SCART.
Can't actually check if they all work. I'll have to sell them on eBay. It's like, once you buy it, no returns. Buy nostalgia for £1.
I'm looking at this Xbox myself. Interesting pricing. I think a lot of things will be doing going that route, I think, because people can't justify that kind of price these days.
Yeah.
It'll suck if the price comes down within that 2-year span, though.
Well, yeah, then you can't screw it.
The Sony should be having like some sort of event here this week where people are speculating they're going to reveal the price for the PS5 just to...
Yeah, to me, Wednesday or Thursday, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that. One of those days. But
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Oh, let's do this.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Let's get
we
into
can't
the...
do it. Keep forgetting.
Not even a water
Have you
bottle?
seen the Series S? Just to add to confusion on Microsoft's naming conventions.
Was that the big one or the little one?
Yeah.
The little one. Looks like a
yeah, looks like
70s speaker.
Yeah, it looks like something you put in like a baby room, like a baby monitor.
Yeah. Apparently it's the smallest Xbox ever made.
I don't doubt that.
All the others are huge.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. That original Xbox was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely agree. All right. I guess we should talk about wrestling here.
Do we have to?
Well, we don't have to, but we are a wrestling podcast. I figure, gotta.
It's the Up Your Arse special. You can do it like.
That's true, yeah. Well, what the hell? Hold on. My media player here doesn't have like recently played.
Yeah.
It's got my favorites, which does have the music, which is where I kept all the stuff here. Hold on. But in Windows 7, it had my history.
Oh, maybe not right now, but have you tried seeing if we can hear your audio in Windows 10?
No, I think it's still the same. Like I'm playing the music here, the pay-per-view music here. Hold on. Right now. Yeah, if you can't hear that.
Can't hear that.
Yeah. Bigger than a kitty, really.
Anyway.
It does look like something from the 70s, though. Just the way it's got no button, but it's got one button. It's crazy. Sorry, man.
Yeah, that's alright. No, you're right. It's fine. I'm just a little salty. I didn't realize that until just now. That this doesn't have my recently played history. I have to go into the program and there's a whole.
You can build that list back up. You recently played,
Yeah,
time you play everything, you'll be right back where it was. It's not Windows 10's fault.
It is Windows 10. 'Cause it doesn't have it when I just drag up on the program and it has all the stuff here. It just has all the stuff that I pinned. Which I don't even think I can, if I unpin it, I don't even think I can pin it back to it. I just realized.
You should be able to pin stuff. You can choose to pin.
Here, look, hold on. No, we're gonna expose the biz here on Windows 10 here for a little bit. Hold on.
You can
It's
pin
got a
where
pin feature.
I know, but like here, hold on. Where's
20,
display capture?
2020. You can pin wherever you like.
Here we
Yeah.
go. All right, here's my monitor. Here, hold on. Let's get everything stretched out. There's the
Oh, there we go.
music,
Okay.
okay?
Live views.
No way.
See if I drag up,
We're
see it
delayed
has
here.
all the stuff pinned here, okay? But it doesn't have the recently played. And I'm pretty sure if I were to unpin this, yeah, now I can't even pin it. I can't
It
even
says
pin it back
unpin
there.
from taskbar at the bottom.
Yeah.
No, that's the program. So if I were to stop it, like there's the program. See, there it is.
Oh well, you need to
saw
find
it.
it wherever it is
Yeah, now-
in its window and repin it.
Yeah, well, I can't do it now. I have to like, I gotta look up speedboat here. Hold on.
Still do it.
There it is. Yep. Open file location. I can't drag and drop. This is my fucking problem here. There we go.
Yeah, and I'll just pin.
Now how do I pin it? Do I go
God.
in my? Now do I go here and just do I
Right click the
Nope.
file.
Nope. Can't do that.
The file itself.
File in the window
Yeah.
All right. Pin where?
in its folder. No, not in the drop-down menu. In
There
the
you go.
Windows Explorer. Pin. Where's pin?
Oh, now it's right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Send to.
Oh, we can send it. Oh, we can send it
that'll
to aim buddy. Yeah, that's great. We can send it to desktop to make a shortcut. That's swell.
Wow. AIM. I've seen that for
I
about
forgot.
10 years. You sure you haven't downloaded Windows 95?
Yeah, right. You've got a lot of programs open,
Yeah.
including Steam, and now you're complaining about things pausing a little bit when you try and open things.
Yeah, because this wasn't a problem before on Windows 7. Like, I could have these programs open. Anyway.
Crazy.
Let me go back to our usual rigmarole here. Oh, that's Chrome, sorry. Whoop, there we go.
What was the pin menu? That's just your most recent
Yeah,
things
that's,
anyway.
That's quick access for navigating
quick
in,
access.
in
Your-
Windows Explorer, yeah.
I didn't think anyone actually used them lists. Obviously, you do.
Anyway.
All right, are we doing this
Yes.
this thing?
Yes.
I don't remember what it is. It's All Out.
All out.
All Out.
Before we get, this was a long show.
Yes.
It must have been. I think it was obviously being the time difference here. It started at was it 1 o'clock here, Chuck? I think it was. Wasn't it?
Yeah, the buy-in was from, I think.
Yeah, we were still on when the buy-in was starting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I believe so.
So the main show started at 1, and I'm pretty sure it finished at around about 5:30.
Is that right? God.
So
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah.
yeah, it was a long old night, and I don't think it was all that together that great either. From what I can remember of it.
There was some stuff on it.
I mean, although it wasn't a bad show, don't get me wrong, I
Yeah.
just don't think it was anything particularly memorable. Apart from a few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly, people won't remember.
Won't find it very memorable at all. Okay, so when we were still on the buy-in, did it get to the first match? I don't think so. I think we just went before the actual matches started. First one
Yeah,
was
I
Joey
remember.
Janela beating Serpentico. Did I watch it? I can't remember if I even watched this one. Did you see this
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
I think I was putting some sort of food together, so I think I ended up
Yeah.
missing it.
Was that any good? Right.
It was an alright match. I mean, Janela was coming off of a whatchamacallit, a squash from Jericho. So I mean, he kind of needed the rebound here in his own way.
And he got it.
Yeah.
We all
Sure
predicted
did.
that one. Points all round. Then the Private Party beat the Dark Order. The Alex Reynolds and John Silver version of the Dark Order. So that's not surprising either. Points all round again. And when I say all round, I don't mean Beans. He didn't predict an AEW show again. Is that 3 shows he's missed now? 3.
3
no,
shows?
there's the 3 weekly specials, and this is now the 4th. Great. Yeah, Private Party wins, so that's 2 points to all of us going into the main show. It's good. We went straight into the tooth and nail match at Britt Baker's dental hospital.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on this one?
Not what I was expecting.
Didn't know what was happening, to be honest.
I did like the subtle sound effects that they added in post production, but I like the part where Rebel is in the dumpster and she came back into the office and Tony Schiavone exclaimed, "That girl got a nanner on her head."
Yeah, she still had a banana skin on her head.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was my favorite part.
Comedy.
Comedy gold.
Yeah.
Comedy gold. So, I don't want to say AEW can't do the cinematic style matches, because
It
they're...
wasn't really cinematic, but...
Well, it's kind of on location. What would you call it? It was, one of those wacky matches that they do. The one on the football field was great. Yes. Whatever they called that.
Stadium Stampede.
Stadium Stampede. That was really good. This one was okay.
This one just felt like a backstage segment that had gone on a bit too long.
Yeah. Big Swole ended up putting Britt Baker out with some Novocaine or something to just, like, gas her.
Smart.
Yeah, it worked.
Hey, my second favorite part was Mike Posey ringing for the bell.
Yes.
Like, what was he looking at?
I don't know. Do they bring the timekeeper out? Do they have a bell?
I mean, they rang the bell at ringside.
Great. My favourite part was that I get a point for that and you two don't.
Oh.
Yes. Not a great return for Dr. Britt Baker.
Yeah.
Then it was a tag team match, player. The Young Bucks beat the Jurassic Express.
This one went
for
forever.
nothing.
Yeah.
That's a point for me, and a point for Will. Smoot had too much faith in Jungle Boy.
I guess, yeah. It just seems like Jurassic Express always loses nowadays.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely true. Man, we're just flying through this. There's actually nothing noteworthy going on in any of these matches. It's just matches.
Yeah.
Stuff that happened. The 21-man Casino Battle Royale.
Oh, here we go. Here
we go.
This is where things kind of went down south here a little bit. If you ask me.
I don't know. I kind of liked it.
I liked it too, but
it's Battle Royale. It's not to like. So, first group out was Trent, which you have to say is Trent because he's got a question mark. Chris Daniels, Jake Hager, Blade, and Ray Phoenix. They wrestled for a bit. Out comes Frankie Kazarian, Will Hobbs, whoever Will Hobbs is, Chuck Taylor, and Santana and Ortiz together. So now the Inner Circle have 3 guys out. Both best friends are out there. 2 SCUs. Billy. Just Billy. Billy of the Gun Club.
Can't say Billy Gunn.
No. Billy of House Gun. Pentagon, Ricky Starks, and Brian Cage together. Darby Allin. So who were the surprise entrants on this? I didn't know that.
Will Hobbs
was
one. The one at the end was Matt Sydal. He was the wild
Oh
card.
man, I was getting to that.
Yeah.
Sean Spears, Eddie Kingston, Butcher, Sonny Kiss, Lance Archer came out as the fourth group. And then me and Will both predicted as our guy the fourth mystery entrant. So I didn't keep note of who the first three were. But the fourth was, as you say, the Joker was Matt Sydal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen... Is it Big Evan Bourne? Because Davey Richards was Little Evan Bourne, right?
Yeah.
So Matt Sydal is regular-sized Evan Bourne. Right?
Yeah. Forgot about that.
He comes out, I think, that's cool. I haven't seen this guy for a while. I like a shooting star press. Well, that's the first thing he went for, and he fell miserably onto his head. And,
It looks so bad.
It did.
it was so disappointing. It's supposed to be his big moment,
I felt so
and he
bad
never
for
really
him.
recovered.
Yeah. I'm hoping like that's not like a sign of things to come for him. Like that's like just like a
He just
fluke
becomes
thing.
the Shockmaster.
Yeah, like AEW Shockmaster. Like, come on. I think what did they credit it? Like it was humid in the stadium, and that like there's moisture on the rope.
Like, yeah.
Oh, there was also pyro that went off during the match as well. That was odd. And Tony,
Yeah, the announcer said that it was like a baseball game down the road or something.
something like that, yeah. And Shivani said it was Memorial Day weekend when it was Labor Day weekend.
Oh yeah.
So.
Anyway, it comes down in the end to Eddie Kingston, that Smoots guy, and Lance Archer, but Lance Archer wins it when Jake Roberts gets the snake involved.
And Kingston never actually eliminated, went under the rope when he was on the apron.
Is that true?
That is true. If you go back and rewatch it, he never was
He
eliminated.
was on the top.
No. I mean,
He was sat on the...
He was on the top when he went out on the outside underneath the rope.
Okay. I think maybe that counts as going back because he crossed the rope again to get onto the top.
I don't know about that.
I know, it's a weak one. But, so if you're in the ring, if you get pinned and your foot is under the rope, that's out of bounds.
Right.
So the pin doesn't count.
Right.
So if you're sat on the top turnbuckle and any part of you is within the square.
Yeah, I don't think it was fully established as like being eligible to be thrown
He wasn't
out.
entirely inside.
Right.
But you don't have to be, if you roll into the ring to break a ring out count, you don't have to fully go in, just like a bit.
I always thought it was always you have to roll all the way in and then roll out to break the count.
That might be the rule, but that's not what the guys do. Sometimes they're really lazy and they're just like, stick a shoulder in.
Well, that's on the talent. How about that? But yeah, like if you go back and watch, when they set up for that apron spot, he rolls underneath the bottom ring rope. And Kingston acknowledged it on Dynamite this past Wednesday, that he was never fully eliminated, so...
Okay.
Maybe it sets up Kingston, Archer, winner faces, Moxley at a future date or whatever, basically.
I'm cool with that.
So, I'm definitely cool with that as well.
But official winner, unfortunately, is Lance Archer.
Yeah.
So no points for any of us. Or for Beats. Next up, oh man, the Broken Rules match here. If Matt Hardy loses this match, he has to leave AEW. So, for some reason, it starts off backstage. We get what should have been a great spot where Sammy Guevara chases Matt Hardy in a golf buggy.
Yeah.
That should have been great, but Matt ran too early, I think, and ended up getting safe, and Sammy Guevara just crashed and didn't really need to. That was awkward. Then they go straight into a spot up the Bad News Barrett scissor lift.
Yeah.
Where Guevara spears Hardy off through a table. At least, I guess his back went through the table, and his head just smashes on the ground.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Matt
Keith
is
Mitchell.
out.
Yeah, Keith Mitchell kind of cut at the wrong time, but when they double featured the replay of the angle from the jib cam, like you can see his head whack the fucking concrete, and it looks scary.
Yeah.
And Brian Alvarez said he was out for like over 40 seconds because he timed it. And
I believe it.
The match should have been stopped right then and there. Like,
well, it kind of was. So they it was Aubrey Edwards, I guess, jumped in.
Yep.
To see like he's obviously not all right.
Yeah.
They tried to cover for it a little bit.
She did the right thing, throwing up the X right then and there.
She threw up the X, and then they tried to kind of fight through it. Matt couldn't stand. He obviously wanted to, but his legs weren't working. And then when he went down again, Aubrey just said, "Oh, that's it. Ring the bell." But that means Matt Hardy has to go. He has to leave the company.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, you could work around that because, like, it said. I mean, the stip was Matt Hardy has to leave. It didn't say anything about Damascus or Big Money Matt.
I think they could have done something storyline wise. I think the reason they carried on, they wanted to do the final bit with the scaffold. Off that.
Yeah, but the guy clearly. I mean.
Well, yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Yeah, they shouldn't have done, but
he had a head injury, and then he goes up and climbs like a 10-foot scaffold just to shove Guevara off. Come on.
Exactly.
That's pretty Bush League, if you ask me.
In my opinion.
Bush League, in my opinion, yeah, fully. Because like the match should have been stopped, but for some reason, like Guevara tries to pick up Hardy. Hardy's not with it. He's trying to, regain some sense of his surroundings, I guess. And he inadvertently pantses Guevara on pay-per-view. And then, again, he tumbles back down to the ground. Aubrey's trying her best to get the doctor over there. I don't know what he was doing. And, like...
he does get to his feet at one point, and...
Yeah.
I don't know how on autopilot he knew to stay in character and tell Sammy to come back and face your deletion or whatever. He did his thing. But yeah, I mean, he clearly wasn't all there.
No, not
so
at all.
I think they did say that the match was over, didn't they? They called it off, or at least the announcers were acting like it was done. Sammy comes out into the arena, and after however long, not long enough, Matt Hardy comes out after him and says, we're going to carry on. They go straight up to the scaffold, as you say, climbed up a little bit, did the Steve Blackman spot. And Sammy Guevara falls off through some boards. That's it. Matt Hardy wins. Now, I've heard a story that AEW claimed in the post-event press conference that they had tested Matt in the meantime, and that he had passed,
I don't know
whatever
what
it was,
protocol.
initial testing.
I don't know what protocol for concussion.
It just can't have been.
For concussions that requires a 4-minute test. Because, like, whenever somebody gets their bell rung in NFL and whatnot, they usually have, like, the concussion stuff on the sideline. They pop up the tent to administer the test. And more often than not, they, send those guys into the locker room because they end up with a concussion or something of the like. And it doesn't take 4 minutes to do that. So I kind of blame Tony Khan for that. I think you see a spot like that where somebody is seriously hurt or seriously injured, like Matt Hardy did, and you call the match off. Like, that's it. Like, it's over. It is done. You worry about the stipulation and whatnot later. Like, fortunately in this case, you could work around it. Like I said, it said Matt Hardy could be, loser leave. Matt Hardy leaves AEW or whatever. But it didn't say anything about Damascus. You can bring him back, or Big Money Matt,
Damascus
or
is
whatever.
even Matt Hardy, though. They're not two different people.
I mean, you get to that bridge when you come across it. That's it.
Now they wanted to avoid that bridge completely. And to their credit, Matt didn't take any more bumps. They went straight to the thing, straight up. He did nothing. Even the punch that he knocked Sammy off with was weak. but they did nothing at all. He was as safe as he could have been carrying on.
A lot of people...
you're probably right. Not worth the risk.
Yeah, a lot of people were kind of blaming Aubrey and Doc. I'm blaming Tony Khan. Aubrey,
it's not on the referee. She did what she could.
Yeah, she did the right thing by throwing up the X when she did. Excuse me. Doc, I think he could have been there a little bit quicker. I don't know what he was doing, but he should have been there a little bit quicker. And I think if he was able to spend more time with Hardy, I think he would have been able to find hey, this guy got his bell rung. He's not all there. So I think the match should have been just done and over with. I think Tony Khan, he was the one that was trying to get everything back in order and get this thing restarted and such. So I don't know. I blame him.
I kind of think he would be the guy that says, I don't want anything happening on my watch. This is going to come back to me. I have to say no.
So you throw the doctor.
Like Vince.
So you throw the doctor that saved Jerry Lawler's life on live TV under the bus. Yeah, great job. Great job.
No.
Let him have all the heat.
No, I mean, the story would be exactly what it is. We did some testing straight away, and he seemed fine. And this is what, that's the way it went. Because Matt would be saying, it's fine, I'll carry on.
I mean, that's just the wrestler's mentality. Is like they want to.
It's the athlete's mentality. I'm sure all of the guys in the NFL, like you said, they'll be tested. They'll all say, "No, it's fine. I can carry on."
Yeah.
In the UFC, guys have both eyes bruised closed, and they'll still say, "Ah, it's fine. I can carry on."
I can see. I That's
fine. I can see. Yeah. 3 fingers. Yeah. They'll always try and carry on.
Nobody should be listening to him now. Even the referee or Tony Khan or a doctor or whatever, they shouldn't be paying any attention to what he's saying.
No, they shouldn't. But I guess that's the decision that they came to, one way or another. Yeah. I would have thought that someone in Tony Khan's position would be less likely to force them to carry on than just about anyone else.
He's a billionaire.
You think so?
He's a billionaire.
He's a billionaire, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy, he won't die.
God. He even had his shirt on Dynamite that said, I will not die.
Someone was given the green light, and that shouldn't have happened, no matter what way you look at it. Someone said, okay, you go back out there, and whoever that was wrong.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would have had no quarrels with the match being stopped, and considering how long the pay-per-view was, come on. You would have saved some time for sure.
They could have literally stopped it where they kind of did when they were, as you say, the camera was sort of panning over the crowd, and they were saying, we've got to take care of the athletes and all this, and they were filming for time because they didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, it's live TV.
But that could have literally should have been the end. They should have said, he's injured, we'll do it again all the time. Yeah. People would have, I think the fans would have probably held them in a higher regard for being open and honest.
100%, yes.
But,
I just think it's a bit reckless to just have a guy who clearly isn't all there, mentally with a concussion or whatever brain possible injury. I don't know, and climbing a scaffold just to finish the match. I don't know. That doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he's okay. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. And the speech he cut on Dynamite, it seemed like he's kind of going to cut down on that stuff and focus on the AEW title. So, that's what he said, but yeah.
All right. So they went heavy. Anyway, he ended up winning. He doesn't have to leave, and that's points for everyone. That's another good reason for him to carry on. So,
yeah.
Oh my god.
It's the main reason, really.
I mean, we all predicted the same, so it would have been exactly the same anyway. But it's good for our overall record.
Someone said when he went in that room, someone said the IWC guys have got a prediction game going on.
Smoot needs to get 50%.
Yeah, come on.
Get back out there.
It could all hinge on this.
Clearly.
Right, next up was Ikaroshita beating Thunderbrosa to retain the AEW Women's Championship. Which is a point for me. I can't believe both of you went for Rosa, but
I was thinking long-term booking here. You have her win it, have NWA and Dynamite champion, and just to book a long time. I mean, they still obviously are going to do stuff with Thunder Rosa because she's booked for next week. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I thought they were gonna.
I also thought Shida, considering she's probably one of the more popular female wrestlers on the roster, would have her own merch instead of coming out on this week's episode of Dynamite in a generic AEW t-shirt.
8-man tag. This, I don't know why. You said this show goes on for 5 hours or whatever, and this is on it. Matt, Zack Ryder Cardona, Scorpio Sky, Dustin Rhodes, and QT Marshall beat the Dark Order. And this is the big Dark Order too. This is Mr. Brody Lee and Uno and Stu and Colt Cabana. Colt took the fall. Right? Was it Goldust who beat him?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because that set up for the TNT Championship on that Wednesday. This past Wednesday's Dynamite.
Yeah.
Which I was not a fan of.
So Brody not happy with Colt Cabana for losing. There you go. The random face team wins, and that is points for no one. We all thought the Dark Order was going to win that. There was a bit of controversy I saw on this one on the Twitters, or was it on the? It might have been on the Reddit, where JR mentioned, did Anna Jay have a wardrobe malfunction, or is that just wishful thinking?
Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah. Apparently, that is outrageous.
I mean, that it's technically sexual harassment in the workplace in a way.
I disagree that that's sexual
harassment.
It's one comment, and it wasn't even to her. It was.
I know, but
this is
nowadays
like an
that's
old man finding an attractive lady attractive.
I'm kind of with you on that, but at the same time, I don't need JR being Jerry Lawler.
Well, that's definitely true.
You know?
Well,
I don't really need Jerry Lawler to be Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, that's also very true. I heard it happen. I heard it live on the fly. I was like, oh, well. If you would have said, like, man, if Anna Jay has an OnlyFans, I'd subscribe to that. I think that would be a little bit better.
Do you think that would be better?
A little bit better, yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's topical, but, like, hoping to see a tit pop out or whatever on a colleague that probably does not want to be sexualized.
I
don't know.
I don't know. That's very 2020 of you.
Yeah.
A woman in wrestling doesn't want to be sexualized. This is the wrong business. Everyone in wrestling is sexualized. Even Brody Lee is sexualized. He's still got to look good, right?
He's got that tongue.
He's got that tongue. He's got that sexy beard. Like, everyone has to look good, and I think Anna Jay knows she's going to get bookings if she looks good. That's. Oh man, what can I say in this day and age?
I don't know.
No one's listening.
I'll say that JR's intent seemed harmless. How about that? Not to excuse for what he did, because I mean that's one of those things you should probably keep to yourself instead of on like a global pay-per-view, but like it seemed harmless. But then him apologizing on Twitter and then adding that last remark made it seem like he wasn't really apologetic.
Yeah, I think if he's guilty of anything, it's probably the apology didn't come across right.
It never does. They're always forced.
Yeah.
You can't do both. You can't demand an apology and then expect it to be sincere.
Well, I don't think he needed an apology, to be honest, but I think he did
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's.
When you think back, you mentioned Jerry Lawler, some of the things he used to say, and still does.
Oh God.
You know, I'm not saying that he gets a free pass, but that's harmless.
Yeah, I don't know. I can see it from both angles here. But at the same time, like, JR's, like, unfortunately a widow, or whatever the male equivalent of a widow is.
A widower.
Yeah.
Widower.
And it's just, I don't know. It was kind of inappropriate. Like,
I don't know. It was, but I don't mind inappropriate things in wrestling. I think everyone in the business understands that there's a certain amount of trashiness, I guess, to what it is they're doing. And
well,
it may be right, like what you said, that she doesn't want to be sexualized, but I think that's, like, very naive if she thinks that that's, even possible in a business like this.
Yeah.
If she takes offense to it, that's one thing. I kind of think that you have to understand, if you want to talk about double standards or whatever, but especially women in wrestling, they are judged a lot on look, and that kind of thing is going to get said, if not by JR, then by people.
well, I mean, people's one thing. I mean, that's at their own discretion. But like, JR's a fellow employee, you know.
Yeah, but then that's almost better, because he probably knows her and knows that she'd be alright with
it. Yeah. That's the other thing, is like, we don't know how close they are, and if whether or not they would have been okay with it, or things like that.
Has she complained about it? I'm guessing she wouldn't anyway.
I haven't seen anything on social media about it. So
yeah, my biggest complaint as a fan is that is more of a color commentator thing to say. It doesn't need, like, I listen to JR for serious, not necessarily serious, but credible comments. That's a Jerry Lawler thing to say, and JR should be the one saying, "Oh, come on, stop with that."
I think JR's, I don't know, you say you go to him for credible, serious comments.
Yeah.
Maybe 5-10 years ago.
Yeah,
more recently, I don't know what the hell he's on about.
I can't seem to find the apology that he posted, so I'm not sure if he deleted it or what. But, who knows? But yeah, Dark Order lose here, which I was not a fan of in this match. Nor was I a fan of the fact that 51-year-old Dustin Rhodes is in line for a TNT Championship shot.
I was just searching for JR apology, and I'm getting loads of articles for Jerry Falwell apologizes for him with unzipped pants.
Wow.
Who's Jerry Falwell Jr.?
Jerry Falwell's son.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah. Touché.
You walked into that one.
Yeah. And there is the photo of him with unzipped pants. And I've actually seen that picture. I don't know who he is. Anyway, he had his pants unzipped. So, enough of wardrobe malfunctions. FTR is your new AEW World Tag Team Champions. They did it.
Yeah.
They beat Page and Omega.
This one went forever.
This one went half an hour.
yeah, that could have been like 15 minutes shorter, I feel. Yeah, I mean, with Omega, or rather with Paige being kicked out of the Elite, I mean, this was pretty much a telltale sign that things were going to fall apart here. Apparently, I kind of like zoned out of this match, but apparently Omega's leg was being worked on for majority of the match, yet the ending was him just walking off on his own power to his car.
Yeah, he went straight from the ring out to the back, found the Bucks, then just went to his car. He was still in his gear, didn't even find a t-shirt. He just got in the car and drove away. I don't know if he has to now go into the hotel with like just no clothes on. Or...
During a pandemic.
I don't know how that's relevant, but yeah. During a pandemic.
Yeah.
That's true.
Got all sweat droplets. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's sweating all over the place. Yeah, that was a weird one. Just walked out, wasn't happy.
Yeah, yeah, match could have been shorter. And I don't know why he was going to try to clobber Paige with a tray table.
But
I mean,
the belts
mainly
are
a
on
tray
FTR
table.
now.
Yes.
So that's a good thing.
Very.
And it's points for all of us, so that's another good thing. So do we go straight to FTR and the Bucks now, or is there a stop on the way?
I mean, or even talk about like booking wise.
I actually don't know what happened on Dynamite this week.
They had a celebration with the cake in the ring, and they just kind of cheekily badmouthed the other tag teams in the division and whatnot.
Who ended up in the cake?
Face end up in the cake.
Believe it or not, nobody's face ended up in the cake. Everybody actually ate the cake when it was done.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I
Here,
want to see.
here, I'll find the screen grab and prove it to you here.
This isn't professional wrestling.
No.
I mean, I'm kind of glad.
Just
I'm kind of glad they don't do some of the cliche things with wrestling.
Yeah, but if you've got a
Changes
cake,
it up.
it's not just wrestling. If you've got a cake and you're on TV, you've got to put some more face in it.
I mean, they somebody took the time to bake it, and they wanted people to eat it. They didn't intend for it to just get thrown around in a wrestling program.
They have to have intended for that.
Come on.
You can't have Chekhov's cake in the middle of the ring and like not have anyone's face go into it.
Come on.
In a wrestling angle, no, not having it.
You're making a cake and you know it for a wrestling angle.
You're probably
back
not
of-
putting everything into that
Yeah.
cake. This is mostly icing. Doesn't matter if it burns. It's probably just foam. It's just a sponge in the middle.
You see it. I threw it up on the stream there. Unbelievable. I don't know. I like the change up. Although admittedly, it wasn't a big cake.
No, it doesn't look that big.
Yeah. They had a decent shot of it before they started cutting into it from like the overhead camera, which I didn't get.
Who's
which I
that
probably
cutting into the cake? Is that Mark Quinn?
Yes.
So I guess that party wasn't private.
Ah.
Yeah. I can't believe the cake survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
2020 more.
Maybe it's to make you wonder next time you see a cake, because like we see a cake now, we think someone's going into it. Now you're gonna maybe not.
If WWE have not got a cake on Raw, especially because it's in your face Raw.
Cake in your face.
In your face.
Yeah.
That's the prime opportunity. In your face Raw. I want to see a cake in someone's face.
So what was that one? That was the tag belts. So they had a celebration. Was there any sign of where they're going next with that?
Not really. It was just like a celebration thing. Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like, hey, we have the tag titles, we're the best. We still have a cooler full of prop beer that we're gonna give out as like a calling card. So, it is what it is.
All right, I guess that's where they're going eventually. Anyway, the Bucks match. Mimosa Mayhem. What's that?
Maybe throwing a candle in, sorry.
Okay. So this was a weird one. They had like paddling pools, like hot tubs of mimosa on each side of the ring. Just one. I don't know why. Each guy had their own hot tub of mimosa. They wrestled around for.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be like a vat or like a moat surrounding the ring, not like two hot tubs.
So someone, was it Brian Santino? Someone had posted out a photo from inside the arena of like this massive covered area off to one of the sides.
Yeah,
that's probably where the pool is.
Yeah, I think it was John Alva.
Yeah, there you go. And no, that was just where Sammy Guevara fell. Yeah, Mimosa was different. These two pools. And in the end, after a couple of tease spots where they had, they nearly went in, nearly dunked the head in, and whatever. Jericho came off the top, splooshed right in there. It was not a big pool either, so it was lucky he fell in there just right. Could have also whacked his head.
Had enough.
Orange Cassidy wins.
Yeah. It was like at one point, I think Jericho was setting up for a powerbomb. I think also I heard Brian Alvarez mention this. Like he had him up like in front of the vat. And instead of powerbombing him into the mimosa, he aimed for the table instead.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Yeah, it would have been better with a mode. Would have been better with a mode. That's
been harder to pull off, but I would have loved to have seen that mode.
Yeah.
The mimosa mode.
Because like you're just you're wasting fucking juice with the other vat that's not getting used. Like it's just come on.
Maybe that they drink that afterwards. That's a celebration.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, that's been sitting out in the humid weather all night. But come on.
I'm not sure it's even real mimosa. I think it might just be water with coloring in it.
Yeah, like watered down food coloring.
Yeah, that's my suspicion. And then in the main event, 25 minutes, Jon Moxley beats MJF. So this was the world title match where Moxley was banned from using his dirty deeds. In the end, he just did it anyway.
Some fan was also trying to grab Moxley before the match started when he was coming down and making his entrance.
Oh, yeah.
That dude got yoinked.
He went after him, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's definitely a complaint. There's a valid complaint that MJF could make about this one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He beat him with the move that he wasn't allowed to use.
Was it a modified DDT or something like that?
It was that lifting version. Like he lifted it right up, but it's the move is the move. I think that was not allowed. And he did it behind the ref's back, so they did the spot. Wardlow threw the ring in.
Yeah,
then there was a distraction, so he hit it behind the ref's back. But that's points. That's points for everyone. Will lost one on the Mimosa match, but there you go. That's that one. Any other thoughts about title match? MJF losing for the first time?
I mean, he pretty much has a valid gripe, just like
Eddie
Kingston has a valid gripe
Yep.
about not being eliminated. So I mean, if that's what they want to go with, if they choose to challenge it or have it under dispute, I'm cool with it. You know.
That's what I would do.
Here's fan cam footage, by the way, of Moxley's intro. And that dude just trying to touch him, and then he just gets taken down.
Oh yeah, I didn't see this.
We started here.
Oh whoa, he didn't even get close.
No.
That guy was on him.
Yeah. Straight up on him.
That is good work.
Yeah. Again, during a pandemic, why are you trying to touch
Lucky
people?
he was there.
Yeah. And he just gets thrown into the closet there, and you never hear from him again, or something like that. Anyway.
He's dead now.
Yeah, so that was All Out.
Wow, yeah, that's some good security work. That's All Out. It's all over, and that was an 11-match show. That was a big one.
It was about like 4 or 3 too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
In last place
Beans
is Beans.
with 4. Still at 4.
On 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0 points out of the 11. You two, I guess, are in joint second on 6. I managed 9. It was a very lucky night for me. Which means after 36 matches predicted in total this season, Beans is on 4. You guys are tied again in second on 24 out of 36. I'm only just ahead on 26.
Yeah, I went.
So I think I've jumped.
I went too wild on some of these because I was thinking ahead. I thought, hey, Jurassic Express could use a win. Why not? Go for it. Britt Baker. I mean, she's got to defend her office. It's her territory, and she got drugged. Thunderbrosa. Like, I mean, come on, let her win the championship. Set up something with the Dynamite. You know. Dark Order. That had Brody Lee with it. Come on. Eddie Kingston was never eliminated. Anyway. That's what I get for using logic.
But there we are. That's All Out.
That was All Out, yeah.
So what's the next one? Is it?
I think Revolution.
Is it Revolution? Is it?
Yeah. Coming up in the winter.
I think it may be Full Gear.
Full Gear, right.
Full Gear in November.
And then Revolution, right. We'll try to turn it around. Oh, you can't see the score. There they are. There's the points. 23, 26, 23. Beans, 4. There you go. All right.
He's going to mount a huge comeback now.
Can't wait to hear him. I can't wait to hear him gripe about that. How I'm screwing him out of the points or something. Anything else before we get out of here? I guess we could talk a little bit of SmackDown real quick, and then Raw, which I have not seen either one.
That's it. I've seen it all. Yeah, I've seen SmackDown last night. I've seen Raw on Tuesday. Yeah. Strange.
We were kind of discussing a little bit before the show with SmackDown. There was. Let me see if I can pull this up here for you, Chucks.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, there was a
for
spot.
For some reason we had Michael Cole on Raw. Don't know what that's all about.
Yeah, that's weird.
Who wasn't there? Tom Phillips.
Tom Phillips, yeah.
Because he has been on NXT for a little while.
He just said he was off. He never actually said where he was. But I think that's what happened to Vic Joseph. when he started doing Raw, then he disappeared, and he's just recently reappeared on NXT.
Well, he took over from Tom Phillips, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that was a little while back.
No, sorry. Vic Joseph was supposed to be the new guy, wasn't he, when Cole got drafted to SmackDown?
Yeah.
Oh, was he? I thought it was Tom Phillips. Was the
No, it's Vic Joseph and what's the guy with the
Dio Madden.
that guy who was
Dio Madden.
Yeah.
Dio Madden, yeah, football guy.
They were supposed to be the future, weren't they? And they were shite. So yeah. So then they got rid of. Well, Lesnar killed Madden, didn't he?
Yeah, we never got payoff for that.
Apparently, he may be a part of Retribution.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They all look tiny, the Retribution guys.
Yeah. Well, Mercedes Martinez was also speculated to be part of Retribution with people deciphering that voice modulator thing that they cut a promo with on Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think whoever is going to be in Retribution is going to be like a last minute decision. So.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else happened on Raw, but there wasn't much.
Yeah, I didn't hear too much coming out of Raw.
I don't know why, but they keep giving Adam Pearce more TV time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind him, but
I don't mind him myself, but I don't actually know who he is. He's just appeared one weekend, but I'm here now. I'm staying here. And he seems to be on both shows as well, so there goes the brand split again. So yeah, I might as well jump ahead to SmackDown. What were you gonna say?
You pointed this out with the Otis contract. Apparently, there was a segment where Miz and Morrison are trying to steal the lunchbox of Otis, which was a phony. It was a decoy because they wound up.
So he's just using a lunchbox now. It's
money in the lunchbox.
Lunchbox
Inside the Money in the Bank case.
Well, I think it started a couple of weeks ago because he when he come out, just randomly, he had the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yeah. And Tucker had the lunchbox. And I think it was just supposed to, he had a smaller one than him. That was the joke.
Okay.
But now it seems to have expanded because, like, as you can see, it's got stuff in it.
Yeah.
I remember, one of the last things I saw of Otis was he was storing meat in the briefcase.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
Something he would do.
He had some meat in the case.
Steaks and weights, baby.
Yeah, I think he said he had some sausages or ham in there.
Yeah, load it up with meat, and then he just lift the briefcase for for workouts. That's pretty smart. I like that.
I don't know if that was his plan or if he was using it as his lunchbox. I thought that would be the lunchbox thing. Yeah. So that, I guess they're going with that now.
But yeah,
he's more interested in the lunch than the contract.
But apparently, Miz and Morrison got a hold of the lunchbox, but it was a decoy lunchbox and just had an eaten apple inside of it. And then Otis.
That's not a decoy lunchbox. That's a lunchbox after lunch.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
It's a used lunchbox.
Otis had the real lunchbox with the contract inside, and he basically had a match trying to open it backstage there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess after the show they had.
When's SmackDown on? It's on at 9 p.m. or something. Of course the apple's been eaten. Lunch was hours ago.
A bit of snack, you never know. But they get a promo shot like they usually do with segments on Instagram, and somebody was able, unprofessional on Twitter here, was able to decipher this here. Basically, it's a shot of Otis with the contract in hand. Looks like he's about to eat it. If you zoom in on the wording here.
Oh yeah.
We enhance one more time here.
Can you do that? Can you enhance that? Clean it up.
Basically, it's this agreement is made on 6/14/15 between World Wrestling Entertainment. Can't really see the rest of that, but it has Otis's name in the blank there. as a superstar due to Superstar's victory in the 2015 Money in the Bank ladder match. This person, whatever that says, hereby agrees to something Superstar, a fully sanctioned match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, basically they're just using an outdated template. That's the gag here. And its date, by the way, if you notice, is May 20 or whatever 2020 down here. And it's got Otis' signature. Yeah. The joke is that the contract's outdated. It expired in 2016. So they're using a quote-unquote outdated prop contract for the Money in the Bank briefcase.
There is an actual contract. Get on the website, but it's not letting me in here.
Hold on, you're telling me the Money in the Bank contract isn't a real contract?
Yeah, what the hell? Next you're gonna tell me wrestling's not on the up and up.
Does someone get David Otunga on the case?
Yeah.
Is he still working for them?
Yes.
So,
Yes, he's still there.
Didn't he pop up recently and on one of the pre-shows?
I think so, yeah.
Show it.
Does he still wear a bow tie?
I don't know. I have not seen him recently. I can't say.
God, I'm updating my cookie preferences on WWE.com, and it's taking forever.
Yeah, I blame Windows
I've
10.
never had a website need to take a few minutes to process my rejection of your cookies.
We've been fine on Windows 7.
Ah.
Also, speaking, while you
And a
look that
picture
up,
of your PC, by the way, in there.
Oh, did you?
So yeah.
Oh, dude. Some days I feel like it's made out of cardboard. God damn. Yeah, also Mandy apparently traded the Raw. And I guess whether or not this was in storyline or not, she just simply tweeted out with a quote retweet of, "What?" as a response.
No one told her.
Apparently nobody told her. I don't know. That seems to be, and that's like one of the best storylines I feel that WWE's done in a while is the Otis Mandy. And let's just ruin it by splitting them up. So, also they're calling Roman Reigns the Tribal Chief, which I don't know if he needs. He supposedly helped out Jey Uso in the main event of. Yeah, oh no, it was a tag team match, I'm sorry. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeated Sheamus and King Corbin. And they both got to the ramp, and they both held up the championship, thinking it was, their oh, what is this? Oh, you actually
That
linked...
is the official Money in the Bank contract.
Oh, wow.
WWE.com released it back in 2012.
I was going to say, I'm sure they did, yeah. I remember
The
that.
website now doesn't link to it anymore. But there it is. That's a copy.
I can't zoom in any harder on that.
No, it's a pretty
I have to use Chrome to zoom in. And there you go. There's the wording. But yeah, that's basically... I mean, they haven't updated it since, like, 2015. The wording on all this. I think that's pretty remarkable, you know? You work in TV with, like, HD cameras. You got to make sure every detail is, in its place, not gimmicked. Or actually gimmicked in certain cases, I guess. Yeah. That's a great find. Thank you for bringing that up.
And I'll see if I can find a better one for you. You can actually properly read.
I'm just trying to... Oh, it links you to SmackDown. Weird. But yeah, seemed like not a whole lot. Also, Alexa Bliss seems to be part of the Firefly Funhouse now. She did the Twisted Bliss on Nikki Cross. So that's another tag team that's split up.
You need to watch the Firefight Funhouse.
Oh yeah,
got the
Wobbly
the Wobbly Walrus.
Yeah.
But it was Evil Vince brought him in.
Oh God.
Evil Vince was involved.
Mr. McBoss Man.
Yeah, that's the one.
Mr. McBoss Man is back.
No, he brought in.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you find this? Wow.
I did a reverse image search on the first one and found a visually similar image, and that's the 2015 update.
Yeah, that's the last. That's the one that Otis is carrying around. Wow, that's a scoop.
Yeah,
Chuck's way to go.
From right around the time that Windows 10 came out.
Oh man, yeah, that's basically. Yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. Like verbatim, the same prop.
Yeah.
I wonder who the witness was that signed this. Oh, is it judging from the handwriting, is it that Seaman guy?
On the
Canyon Seaman or whatever?
Oh man, it does look like two C's.
Yeah.
I think they've got an actual actual management guide to like it's a real thing.
I don't know. I mean, it just says witness. I mean,
yeah.
It could just be. It literally could be anybody. It could have Mandy as the witness.
Actually, does it not feel like a Mandy Rose? Because that one
maybe
could be
bottom.
an R.
Maybe on the bottom.
That one's tiny.
What are you
Yeah.
seeing this?
On the stream, Will. On the bottom here.
Oh, sorry. Oh, there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess Otis doesn't have a last name for his signature.
Dozovich. His name is Dozovich.
Yeah, but he just put Otis, as you can see. Maybe
Maybe
you mean to tell me that
officially lost his name.
You mean to tell me that flourish is Dozovich like right here? Like, come on.
Maybe Adam Pearce. He's doing everything else lately.
That's true, he is.
Yeah. Wow. I completely forgot about the fact that they kind of threw those contracts up on the website, I guess.
So maybe that's their way out. It expired in 2016, so that's their excuse for not giving Otis the title match, because they obviously don't want to. The Otis thing is done, right? No one wants to see that anymore. We've had our fun.
Yeah, God forbid we have fun on the show, you know?
Yeah.
Anybody does.
It really feels like Vince really liked the guy for a month, and now he's just lost interest.
Yeah.
And now even Mandy's gone to Raw.
Not by choice, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever actually liked him, even for a month. I think he just thought, oh, look, he's fat. let's put him on TV.
This fat guy that can dance, pal. You gotta check this
He got
out.
enough amusement out of him one way or another to give him the outdated.
Look at him do the worm. Yeah, there's also, I don't know if we talked about it last week, but Bayley and Sasha Banks split up. That was something that happened last week.
Yeah.
There's also, they're teasing like a mystery woman, and people have already deciphered that it's Carmella.
Yeah, someone apparently saw she's got a tattoo.
Yeah, the tattoo.
In the same place.
I honestly, without seeing the tattoo, I would have said Carmella just by the fact it was the fur coat at the end of the vignette that she
yeah, I
puts
suppose.
on. So I don't know what's up with that.
So what was the tease of the mystery woman then? What happened?
Like you see her getting
You
dressed
just-
and whatnot, but you don't see
Yeah.
her face. And she's getting all prepared. Like you just see it from the legs down, and the camera slowly pans up. And at the very end, she snaps her fingers, and then like folks put a coat on her. And it's
Right.
like one of those fluffy fur coats, like a mink coat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like coming to Raw soon.
Something like that, yeah.
You don't even see that, but yeah.
Well, okay. That's someone else moving from SmackDown to Raw.
Or not to Raw, but just on SmackDown. Like
Oh,
coming soon
so
to
she hasn't
SmackDown.
even left.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, And it just seems like they're rebooting her character, I guess. I don't know.
Doesn't even sound like that big of a reboot.
Yeah.
She's just...
No, it doesn't really.
That's annoying. It's like waking up on Christmas morning and opening your present to find it's something that you already own. That's my Xbox. You've just unplugged my Xbox and put it in a box, and now what the hell? That was there anyway.
Also, was SmackDown live last night, Will?
I think so.
Okay, because now I have a bone to pick with Brad Zack on .com. So,
I hate this Brad Zack guy.
You don't like this guy anyway.
He's getting in my crawl. I don't like him. Yeah, this was on September 11th, and yet this article that I just read everything off of and whatnot, published on September 10th, 2020.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost as if this was done ahead of time and things were just left in there, and then they just set this to public on Friday after the events unfolded.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Couldn't have waited one more day, Brad. One more day. Anyway,
So what happened?
Yeah, go ahead.
It sounded like Reigns helped out the Uso.
He did what he did within the main event of SummerSlam, basically. He, not SummerSlam, Payback.
Yeah, that's
he
what I was thinking. I thought they were supposed to be feuding.
He turned up at the end and basically helped them win.
Yeah. Reigns held up the title at the base, or at the top of the entrance ramp, and then Jay got a hand on it, and then they both looked at each other furiously. And that's how the show ended. So.
Okay.
Like here, that's what it looked like. See, and he's still sporting that "Wreck Everyone and Leave" shirt despite the partnership with Hyundai.
He's got a new one as well, along the same kind of design, where it says "Show Up and Win."
Okay, that's better than "Wreck Everyone and Leave." with the car manufacturer being a sponsor to the company. All right.
Apparently, NXT UK is coming back next week.
Yeah, I heard some rumblings of that. Yeah.
And they're going to be debuting with the NXT UK Heritage Cup, which is interesting because it's going to be contested under British Rounds rules.
Oh God, no!
Which are as follows: a match consists of 6 3-minute rounds. All matches are 2 out of 3 falls. Falls can be won by pinfall, submission, or count out. Once a fall occurs, the round ends. The match ends once the wrestler has won 2 falls. In the event of a disqualification or knockout, the match instantly ends without the need for 2 falls. If all 6 rounds are completed, whomever is ahead on falls wins, and there will be a 20-second break between each round. Following the tournament, the UK Heritage Cup will be defended as a championship under the same rules.
My prediction is this doesn't get over.
No.
It didn't work for TNA.
Did they try this? Did they don't?
Well, not exactly British rules, but it was pretty similar. It was 3 rounds, wasn't it? That's what I remember.
Is this the what is it, the MMA sort of thing take on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It didn't work.
It didn't work in TNA. I doubt NXT UK is going to make it work.
Apparently, they're doing all this in the BT Sports Studios.
Yeah.
So they can't have crowds in there, can they? So.
I'm just going to tweet this guy the prop contract image here. Just let him know.
The field will include Flash Morgan Webster, Noam Dar, Alexander Wolf, A-Kid. I don't know what that is.
A-Kid.
A-Kid.
Just
a kid.
He's a child, enjoy.
The Bomber, Dave Mastiff, Trent Seven, and Joseph Connors. And a final wildcard entrant.
The Kid isn't isn't a wild card.
No. He's the only one. It's weird because all the others have got links to the WWE.com profiles and he hasn't got one.
Maybe it's Andy Wu.
Maybe. Yeah, anything else before we get out of here?
Rusev showing up in AEW.
Oh, yeah, that was the big thing.
Ah, damn it. I knew there was something that I had to watch for.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. Earlier this week, I must have been Thursday, I saw, it must have been a Reddit post that said, someone is AEW or someone is All In or whatever.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Right, I'm going to have to watch this show before the show on Saturday. And then I didn't, and that's why. I actually thought it last week when we were talking about all of the potential jokers in that Battle Royal.
Yeah,
After the show,
right.
God, it's going to be Rusev in it. Of course it's going to be Rusev. And then it was Evan Bourne instead. So he's there, and I guess he's Miro now, is he?
That's correct.
Miro, yeah.
Just Miro, or like Miro Barnishev?
Just Miro. Yeah.
Oh man, give him a surname. People need surnames.
And just to kind of give it away for you, he ends up being the best man to Kip Sabian for the wedding, the upcoming.
Oh
wedding. Yeah, that was
Okay.
another thing we forgot to mention was that Kip Sabian had a promo on All Out that just basically mentioned that, hey, I'm going to be announcing my best man. Also, follow me on Twitch at the Kip Sabian, and had a little disclaimer like this has been approved by All Elite Wrestling,
Yeah.
which was a pretty good dig at WWE.
They've cleared the off a bit, haven't they? They've said they kind of backtracked slightly. They said they can't use the WWE names, but they are okay using the real names.
Yeah, that sounds
Which is why Paige is getting away with Soraya Official and those others. So I think that makes more. It's common sense, really. I think.
That's what we were saying last week. They can't own your real name.
Well, it's not just that. I think it's the other way as well. WWE obviously own their own trademark, so they don't want anything to happen without their say so.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it makes sense. Don't think it was a bigger deal as it was made out to be. But...
Well,
It sounded a lot worse than it ended up being.
Yeah.
I mean, when they say that we also own your real names, then that's kind of a
right.
That's kind of a cause for concern, you know. Anyway.
Well, I'll do. I think.
Anything else?
No, I'm
All right, so we can go.
all pumped up for the in-your-face edition of Raw.
In your face.
Sounds like Braun Strowman was in the room.
Hey, where's he been?
Yeah,
he got like a haircut, and then that was it. I thought he was supposed to be more involved with this whole Roman Reigns Fiend feud,
which now is a Roman Reigns Jey Uso feud.
Oh, it's gonna be so long.
Yeah.
That Gold Rush Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
All right.
We've got Uso in a pay-per-view main event.
Yeah.
It's a new one.
Yeah. We'll be back next week, hopefully. We'll have Beans here as well. Hopefully he'll chime in. He'll probably say how much he's been getting screwed out of the prediction game on AEW. Yeah. Drop a like, subscribe, and all that jazz. We'll be back next week. Take care. Have a great weekend. See you then. Good night.